Should Halo Master Chief take off his helmet? That is the big controversy in the Halo TV series. Just wanted to lead with that because I think that's funny. Do you know that they put all those helmets on not as some kind of statement of every man, but they just didn't want to have to animate mouths because animating mouths is hard back then. And so that was a solve for it. And now people are up in arms that they're showing the dude's face. They should probably more be up in arms that Halo's just announced for this last season or whatever, last version, they are releasing the last update for it and then moving on to other projects or things, which may be another Halo. I don't know. I've said it before, no offense to anybody on the team. It didn't click with me. It clicks with a lot of people clearly. So whatever. But like at this point, as people talk about that kind of stuff, like I'm not even sure what you're a fan of. As whoever made that stuff is long gone. There's books of fiction written about it. There's like all of this fandom around it. I guess they call it that now. I don't know. It's this weird thing. Like I just don't have that bone in my body that does that about things. Like I wouldn't wait in line to get a signed t-shirt from anybody. I wouldn't go get a poster. I don't collect things past a few really personal things, right? Like I just don't understand that fandom. But like that's one part of it. The other part of it is like yesterday I had some guy on Blue Sky screaming at me that Valve was scamming people because they were still charging money for Left 4 Dead. The original Left 4 Dead, which we just played the other day, which is a different game than Left 4 Dead 2. And he's like, well, since it's in Left 4 Dead 2, it's a scam, man. And it's all about capitalism. Like he's using these words. We often do this, right? When we're angry, we use words that we've heard, but we don't quite understand and know how to apply them to this thing because it made no sense there, right? But it's just like, what are you mad at? It just exists, right? Sometimes things just exist in the world. And that's like me in Halo. I don't think I've ever done a big rant about Halo. I don't think in Old Man Murray days we did a rant against Halo because it's like, whatever. Like things can exist that you don't like or you don't click with, or like the Halo TV show. Am I ever going to watch it? No, but it's fine. It's fine, right? Like it's the same like with like Marvel movies. I occasionally make jokes about them, but like, that's fine, right? But like fandom has this equating that you have to hate things. That's why I like sports, because on sports, you're allowed to do that. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. We're a horrible team, horrible owners, horrible human beings playing on it, and I hate the league. So do I hold a grudge against your team as well? Hell yeah. That's the whole point of it, is needless emotions. Do they really mean anything? Here's a little fun fact. I have made more friends in the game industry by calling out somebody for wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey and giving them crap about it, and then starting a conversation that way than I have probably any other way. Like absolute strangers. And just going up. And often it's like, I just like the colors, man. I don't know about the team. Then we just start talking, right? Or they're like the only English speaking person in a French party where I'm standing alone, trying to look cool. Yeah. Trying to look cool in France, in Paris. Yeah, that wasn't working. Insulting him did. That's bad feedback loop. Okay, so wait, don't take my advice. I'm bad at this. I don't know. So, all right. But yeah, I just find that weird of the whole people very angry about the Master Chief thing. It's a TV show, man. It's different. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you want to be mad? Be mad the Xbox laid off 2,000 people. I don't want to lead with that. I don't want to lead with bad news. But that keeps happening, and people keep getting depressed about that in the game industry. And as someone pointed out, it's hard to make games when you're worried about your job. And yeah, for sure, right? I mean, our studio's I ain't doing well. It's a tough time. Raising money is really hard right now. So like all of those people leaving, like previously when people would leave, you would have this cushion of like, hey, I can go start my own thing finally. I've got this thing in the back of my head. I'm going to go to publishers, or I'm going to go to somebody with money who will back me. That has really dried up and gotten really, really tight. Really dried up and gotten really, really, really tight. Enough so, like, I don't know who's going to dice getting signed this year. I am really interested and going to talk to a lot of people. Yeah, this one is all over the place. Is that okay to have these be all over the place? The grab bag, I said it was a grab bag. I should have led this as a grab bag, and then this would be fine. But I think I woke up seeing the news about Xbox And so I'm against the merger. I think the merger is bad for the industry. It's really bad for the industry. And sure, you're going to bring in two giant companies together. There's going to be some layoffs around that, but that's like, the accounting people. Not that I don't care about accounting people. Marsha, if you're watching this, I care about you. Right, sure, there's some overlap there, but not game teams. And then they shut down games and they shut down studios, it looks like, or damn near close. And that's not sustainable. I mean, I think Phil's quote is sustainable cost structure. We've identified areas of overlap and ensured that we're all aligned on the best opportunities for growth. That's Stephen Totila covering. Okay, sure. Again, I mean, I talked about with Riot yesterday, where that does make sense some. But you also bought this giant thing. And what is your track record on buying things and making them better? Like, I really like Xbox. I really like the people there. I really like, not just because I work with them, I worked with them because I like those people. And I know they really like games, and I know they really care about indies, and I know they really think about this stuff a lot. But like, Halo, okay, this Halo wasn't a giant success. Last one wasn't. We had Redfall. That was a rough one. I think they're still updating that. Not to say that it's a bad game, right? Same with the other Bethesda game, but they did not hit it out of the park in the way that Microsoft needed them to, right? Microsoft needs some giant hits because, again, this is how the industry works. It's very hit-based driven. You need that one giant one to kind of cover all your other bets. And we're not seeing that. Instead, we see Lethal Company or Palworld take off and be these giant hits, right? I mean, look at Nexon and the Finals. Giant opening, super popular for a little bit, and then they didn't do a bunch of content drops and a bunch of updates, and their numbers are dropping. And so you have this one side that you need to do content. This is the same thing that happened with Apex Legends. You need to do content drops. You need to, and then how you do that is like Fortnite did it by hiring a lot of outside people and throwing money at the problem, as well as just working people to the bone, kind of a little of both. And that's not good and sustainable. I didn't think Xbox would lay off people like that. But like, that's not good and sustainable. So what is the path now, just not for AA, which, I've talked about, but AAA as well, is games as a lifestyle and everybody just plays Fortnite and plays no other game, or everybody just plays this game and plays no other game. What does that look like? I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is you can just still pick up your little engine of choice and make something and noodle around and have fun and be happy with that. But if I was raising a family and didn't have money, I would be worried. I think the Xbox one just surprised me that it wasn't thought out and it wasn't done in a way that wasn't so drastic that they both announced it and then didn't explain it to people. And like, Microsoft's the world's biggest company. I own stock in Microsoft. I'm happy for that. Yay. That is the weird thing of capitalism, huh? Yeah. I still like Xbox, I think. Maybe. That's hard. Well, I try to have a point to these, and I often say a problem and an answer, or at least a discussion. And I have none on this one, because this one caught me by surprise, that we've had half as many layoffs in the first month as we had as all of last year. And I don't know what that means.